Brook Park Council meeting of the year saw some massive Browns updates as we head closer to the new year. 19 Data journalist Jeff Slauson is here with exactly why council doesn't seem to be in full agreement. You heard this council. Just kind of walk us through what you heard.
Yeah, I'll just be honest. I always feel like I hear some sort of yelling when it comes to the Brook Park meeting. It doesn't seem like they're always necessarily disagreeing that much, but there always seems to be some sort of an argument that takes place here. Now, the arguments weren't necessarily all fully when it discusses the Browns, but there were still disagreements here. You've seen the updated renderings. Now, today's meeting shows you a kind of a three-parter here. That shouldn't be on 3 pages. I love when things don't work accurately here. So they talked about utilities, litigation, and legal aid. Let's start with utilities here because that's the first one we got. So when discussing the Browns and utilities in particular, the Browns, Sewer Authority, ODOT, and Brook Park are all discussing right now the potential infrastructure changes that are going to need to be happening if a new dome is to be built in Brook Park. The quote-unquote, "we will figure it out" was used, and that they need to figure it out. You got to think about it this way, right? The current Brook Park system, and in particular that plot, is not nearly enough sewage control for what potentially could be there in a 70,000 seat arena that would have events like they are hoping all year round. So to be able to see if the system can actually have that, that is one of the early processes they're looking into, trying to get that done early so if shovels start to go into the ground, it'll be solved right away. Then it comes to litigation and what was determined to be a very important trial for Brook Park. Brook Park versus the city of Cleveland. This is happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. A pre-trial taking place with that schedule for the full case June 13th. Now, this was labeled as the biggest litigation that currently Brook Park is involved with. We know it is involving the city of Cleveland, but I haven't been able to find specifically if that is related to the Browns. Remember, there was a lawsuit that was filed, the Browns included in with Brook Park, included in with the state of Ohio against the city of Cleveland, claiming the Art Modell law should prevent the city from losing the team. Unsure if that's specifically what it deals with, but it seems that Brook Park is actually hoping that this litigation would actually be headed to a full case. And the last thing here is legal aid. They voted today to approve a new law firm to come and help the law director to deal with any sort of stadium or complex deals. Now, here's where some of the disagreements came. Essentially in the idea that while this is a good idea, there was only a limited amount of time for council to address this. So for one in particular, while he does believe legal aid is needed, he's unsure about who they picked.
I'm not against, make it clear, I'm not against hiring a firm to handle this matter, because we absolutely need it. Absolutely, not against. I just don't know if this is, I haven't been convinced yet that this is the firm. So I will be voting no on suspension. I will I can't vote for it because I haven't been able to look at the information that we just got. Thank you.
Now, of course, when it comes to the actual meeting itself, this is the last one of the year, so this potentially is the last Brown Stadium update until 2025, when hopefully we'll get a little bit more clarity on the time frame.